What's going on, YouTube? It's Q back here again with another video for you. In today's video, I'm about to go over the first impressions of my 2024 Subaru WRX TR. So this is it, traded in my Integra Type S. Spoiler alert. If you haven't seen the video of me buying this car, I said that in that video. But this is going to be the car that I'm rocking with for the near future, Subaru WRX TR. This one's like a track setup suspension with the better brakes. If you've seen my other Subaru WRX video review, I hated the brakes on there. They were too squishy. This fixes that. Was it worth the price that I paid to fix that? Probably not, but I think this is cool to get a car, the TR, that's only going to be out for 1 model year, and they're going to replace it with the TS. So I'm going to give y'all my full thoughts, how I felt, how everything's going with the car initially. So I've had it close to a month now. It might be a month, but I didn't drive the car for a couple weeks. I had a couple press cars I had to deal with. I had to drive the Miata as well because I've been neglecting my Miata big time. So all my cars getting neglect, but now I've been driving the WRX TR, and now I feel like I finally got enough feeler for it, almost at 1,000 miles now, so it's almost fully broken in. So now I can get down to the nitty gritty and tell y'all how I truly feel about it initially. So before you leave, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, browse the channel, wave high to this train behind me because I picked the worst spot, and let's jump into it. If you've been following the channel for any amount of time, you'll know that I'm always flirting with the WRX. And I flirted with one so hard that I actually ordered one. I actually ordered 3, but I ordered one and it was delivered. And I didn't take delivery because the dealership wanted to add a markup on it. Ain't nobody doing that because they got so many of these out here. During the whole pandemic, when cars were hard to find, the WRX was right there. And it was easily attainable. Easily for good deals. Not in my area. I got a good deal on this one, but I'll get to that in the next video. But it has been a car that's always been there. It's like the old faithful. It's around. It's not my top choice, not my main squeeze, but now it is. I had to divorce my Integra Type S. Now the Subaru is the main squeeze. Actually, the Miata might be the main squeeze. Don't tell the WRX that. But now I finally got one. How do I feel about it? So a lot of people would say it's a downgrade coming from an Integra Type S. Those people might be right. But, and that's a big but, I cannot lie, shout out to Sir Mix-a-Lot, this car has done a lot of things right, and I think it's the more fun car. Sure, it's not as luxurious, it doesn't have as much power, it doesn't look as good. Hey, it sounds like I hate the car, but I don't. I actually enjoy driving it. But let's take a look at it real quick, because the looks are what kind of stray a lot of people away. So on this gray, meteorite, I think it's magnetite gray. So the gray cladding on here, that just does it for a lot of people, or it just strays people away. Now that we got companies that make color match fender flares on here, we can fix that. But on this color, you don't need it. Now I didn't buy this color because it matches the gray side cladding. Actually, this was probably my least favorite color. I like my vibrant colors. I would have personally bought an orange or a red one, but this was the one that was available at the time, so that's what I went with. But this car, the looks is what get people. Now, I've always thought the front was a handsome design, but this car is kind of like it's 85% done, not quite 100% done, but they can look great once you put the right mods on it. So initially, I am just not in love with the looks of the car, but I know its potential. I know under this geek that we got over here, it can be quite chic. So we can make it look a bit more aggressive. The paint match does look good on cars in other colors. Like, you can do a lot to the front grills, a whole lot. The splitters, the side skirts, the rear, the spoilers. It's so many modifications, and that's why I'm okay with having one of these. And these stock wheels, I like these a lot. These TR wheels, they're 19s. They look really good, a lot more aggressive. I like that. So the looks are going to kill it for a lot of people. Now, I said the front is the best looking angle, probably this front 3/4 angle right about there. But these cars can look fantastic with the right mods on it. But coming on to the side profile isn't bad either. But once we get to that back, once we get to that butt, it is, some people say it looks like a Civic in the back. What is that, the 8th gen Civic maybe? And I agree, it does look like that. So we got this little space down here in the diffuser where it looks like a light goes. You can get one of those aftermarket. but it's just this. I don't know if they did that because they knew people were going to put a light there. Like, why didn't they just make it with the light right there? I feel like that would have been much better. The exhaust, that can be modified as well. But this whole rear, and this thing just looks kind of nasty. Thankfully, I got this magnetite gray where it blends in, but if you were to have a regular color, like all of this cladding down there, that would just, I don't know, it's kind of like an afterthought. It doesn't look that good to me. Aftermarket fixes that. So the looks on here, I wasn't sold on the looks initially. Now I've grown, well, I didn't say I'm grown to love it, but I bought some mods. I done spent a few $1,000s on this car already, and I haven't put anything, well, I put one mod on it, which I'll get to in a minute, but I got to dress this car up so when I look at it, I can look back at it. Sometimes I don't because of how it looks, especially this angle, but I know it has all the potential in the world. And something I didn't share that I was kind of leery on, I don't know if I was just used to my Integra Type S, but when I first got this WRX, it did not feel that fast. Now I know the 0 to 60 in this and the Type S is very close. This is, I think, 5.5 seconds. The Type S is about 5.5 seconds, so they're about the same. But this car feels slower, in which it has less power, but it has all-wheel drive, which is a huge plus in it. Like that, the grip in this thing is amazing. I'll get to that later on. But the power delivery on here, that first tank of gas, I don't know if they put regular in here or didn't use premium, or that first tank of gas was booty, man, because I was kind of like underwhelmed when I like jammed on the throttle, even though I should not have been during the break-in period. But I was just seeing what it was like, testing the waters. I did it for the video purposes. I wasn't abusing my car on a day-to-day basis. Just wanted to show y'all what it's like to drive this car to make it more exciting in the video drive. But now, since I'm almost at that point, I'm getting on it. I'm cresting past 4,000 RPM, and now I'm starting to feel the power. So it's adequate now. It feels much better. And should I tune it? Maybe later. But yeah, the power delivery initially wasn't that good. I think it was the gas that was in there. Once I got 2 tanks of gas out, and I'm about to go fill up now because my gas light is on. So I think I just had to clear the gas out of there. Another reason that I do like this car and what I do love about it is that it is all-wheel drive and that it has a handbrake. All-wheel drive without the handbrake wouldn't be as interesting, but this handbrake, I can do my snow shenanigans, my slippery when wet shenanigans. I was doing donuts in the parking lot, just lifting up that e-brake. Do wish it were a little bit stronger so I can get the slide a little bit easier, but it was fun just turning everything off and just getting the car to fishtail a little bit. It's a Subaru rally car. That's what they can do. They're capable of doing so. So this car can do all those types of things, and that's what I enjoyed about my GR Corolla. It's just such a blast to drive, just 10 tenths fun, and I think this car is going to be more of the same. This interior, Subaru did a very nice job of that. The seats, amazing seats. They're going to hold you in. These are like the most supportive seats I've owned in any car ever. Super, super supportive. Almost extremely supportive. I cannot let my back get big enough to where I can't fit in here comfortably. They're comfortable as well. They're on the firm side, but a comfortable firm. Well done seats. These Gicaros are the truth. The size of the interior, I can fit my family in here without having to adjust the car. Like, I don't have to move my seat. My wife don't have to move her seat. The kids can get in behind me, and we can sit another person, an additional person, a 5th person, should we please to. That's something the Integra Type S couldn't do because it only had 4 seats. Now I can seat 5 people in the sedan like it should. Now, something I noticed on the interior is not the most upscale interior. Has some nice design cues. Got some red extensions, some micro suede cloth type of things, carbon fiber-esque looking material. Oh, even got some on the dash here. That's a nice touch to it. I think that might be exclusive to the TR, maybe the GT, but that's nice to have those types of materials in the inside of this car. So I know the WRX has been an econo box, and they stepped it up, making it a more livable car with this iteration. Like the steering wheel, it's a little bit on the rough side. Reminds me of like a Toyota Tacoma TRD. Like, this is a rough steering wheel. This ain't no supple, soft leather. It's like, I don't even know what this material is. If this is leather, holy cow, who supplied this leather? It's like tough. Must be some of them who make some low-level steaks. I don't eat meat, so I don't know. But what else on the interior? The infotainment's been okay so far. Sometimes with my phone calls, it has been like just, I lose the audio to where I got to pull out my phone and go to speakerphone, then go back to CarPlay. Has anybody else experienced that? Let me know. I told y'all my gas light is on, but I have been averaging 23 miles per gallon, and that's actually really good because it's the same route that I'm always driving. That's actually very good for this vehicle, because the other cars like this, the Type S, I was averaging like 21 on the same circuit of a commute. The shifter, the glorious 6-speed manual gearbox. But in this car, it doesn't have the short throw shifter, the STI short throw shifter. And to be honest, the more I drove this, the more I hated this shifter. It is Mendigo long. It is very long throws. It is, I had to put a modification on here. So I got the Cobb stop shift, and I'll show y'all some clips of me installing it. But basically, when I installed, well, the stock shifter had a lot of play from side to side, namely that 1-2 shift. So now that I put the stop shift on there, I corrected that. So now it goes directly in the first and second gear, and while it's in gear, it doesn't shake too much, because the stock one, that thing wiggle like a whole inch to the side. Now the fifth and sixth gears, like, it still has a little bit of play in it, but in 3 and 4 is like very little. But that 1-2, I got that thing adjusted so nice. It took me about 10-15 minutes to install. I did it on like the second try to get everything adjusted up underneath there, but it was very easy, well worth the cost. It was only like a $30 mod. So this shifter is now much better. I do think the throws are still long, but it's much better to deal with, more precise. That 5th and 6th, I think I need to go back under there and adjust it again, but now it's just so much better than what it was stock. So thankfully Cobb got that. And there's a few other mods too, like I think they got a pairing and another company that makes one, but Cobb has the one out of plastic. The metal ones that the other ones are made out of, you can see metal shavings once they get worn out up in here. So the Cobb one should be the better one over time. As a daily commuter, the suspension is on the stiffer side. It's not a whole lot of dampening in here. The rebounding is kind of stiff, so it's firm, very firm, but not overly harsh, but it's definitely firm. That took some getting used to, because in my previous vehicle, I had adaptive dampers, which can go from very soft to somewhat firm. You put that Type R module up in there, that thing get like it's riding on a rock. That thing gets super stiff on these Michigan roads. If you live where the roads are pristine, you wouldn't notice the difference. But where I'm from, these roads are, rough. So this definitely rides more like a Civic Type R. Not in the R Plus mode, but in like a Sport Plus mode maybe. It's comfortable enough for the wife, the family. She hasn't gotten nauseous in this car. She gets car sickness in some of the other cars that I had. She actually likes this car, which I'm shocked. So she was shocked that she liked the car, which I'm glad about that, because now I can, my cars be for me, her cars be for her, but I'm glad that she's able to like the car as well. But I still got some more things to do to the car. We're not done yet, got a whole lot to do. So this is why I love the Subaru so much, the WRX so much. With all the aftermarket support this car has, I can make it look like, I can make it do whatever I please. And this is not the best angle. Let me go around to another side of the car. I'm not going to do that to y'all. I'm going to put it on the better angle. But I like that there are so many manufacturers that invested in this car to make it look better. Because Subaru, they got the bare bones down, but they missed the mark by just a little bit. We had a little bit further to go to make this a phenomenal looking car. And where the STI version at? They're giving us everything but a STI version. Train scared the crap out of me. But yeah, this car we're engine towards an STI version. Will we get one? I don't know, but that time will tell that. But my car, the initial impressions, it took a little bit of getting used to, but I think I'm going to be happy in the long run, thanks to the aftermarket support on this car, the aftermarket availability, because there's so many different things I can change on here. Like I want it's a lot of things that I do want, and some things I have purchased. Stay tuned, y'all see that sooner or later. But yeah, huge support, so many websites. So if you own the company and want some sponsorships, holla at me. I can take you there. Like I wouldn't mind putting your stuff on my car. So just let me know, man. So I reached out to a couple, but it takes a minute to get those sponsorship replies. They get a ton of inquiries all the time. So I'm waiting on that. That's why I haven't put too much on the car yet, because I'm waiting for one of those opportunities to come along. But I couldn't wait on everything, so I got to get the car looking right. And if I didn't tint my windows yet, my money had to go somewhere else, somewhere better, because I normally had a car tinted, by the time I make the initial impressions video. But I was like, man, that tint gonna have to come a little bit later on because I got some other things. Got to put my funds towards some different things. So definitely looking forward to the content to come. Definitely the wintertime. That's gonna be so fun in this car. So hopefully y'all stay on board for that. If you want a fun time, I'm here to bring it to you. We're gonna have some fun together. That's all I gotta say about that. My 2024 Subaru WRX TR. I'm glad I got it. I'll get into the other details, the long-term review, the prices paid, all the videos that I would normally do with any other car. I'm gonna do that with this car. It's no exception to it. So stay tuned for that. So don't forget to drive safe out there, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. Peace out.